Elsewhere around the world, another major shakeup at the White House. National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster is replaced by John Bolton, a former ambassador to UN. This signals a further shift toward hardliners weeks before the U.S. North Korea summit. Kwon Jang-ho gets us up to speed with the developments.
U.S. President Donald Trump once again announced a major White House reshuffle in a tweet on Thursday. Thanking H.R. McMaster for his service as National Security Advisor, Trump announced he was handing the role to former UN Ambassador John Bolton starting April 9th. The decision was hardly a surprise, as it had been widely known that McMaster did not always see eye to eye with the president. But the timing raises concerns, as the move comes with only 2 months to go until the highly anticipated U.S. North Korea summit, which McMaster was heavily involved. Now in comes Bolton, who has had several senior positions in Republican administrations since the Ronald Reagan era. But he became a household name during the George W. Bush administration as the UN envoy and a vociferous advocate of the Iraq War. His hawkish views have diminished little, as he has repeatedly expressed skepticism over talks with North Korea in recent weeks. And last month he wrote an op-ed for the Wall Street Journal offering a legal defense for carrying out a preemptive strike on the regime. Bolton, along with former CIA Director Mike Pompeo, who is taking over the post of Secretary of State, has markedly upped the Trump administration's hardline stance, leading to the conclusion that negotiations with Pyongyang are set to become even more difficult than they already were.
Maybe North Korea would expect something from the United States, like guarantee of its security and regime, and softening of its economic sanctions. But I think as John Bolton coming in, I think they would not accept all those kinds of proposals by North Korea.
Despite Bolton's calls for military action, experts widely agree that any strategy using military power is highly unlikely as of now. However, the fact that Trump chose Bolton to such a key post suggests that the potential of military options will likely remain on the president's mind.
Bolton has routinely suggested military options as a standard recourse for American diplomacy. Again, not just with North Korea, right, but with a lot of other places, particularly in the Middle East. The president had to know that John Bolton was a pretty controversial character. John Bolton's been around for 20 years and has been saying these sorts of things for a very long time. Yet the president still chose him anyway, which suggests that, he's at least vaguely listening to his advice.
Kwon Jang-ho, Arirang News.